Party people in the place to be. What's going on? It's me. Been a little iffy on these last unbaggings. Been a little. And a lot of this goes on to me because it might just be the way I'm looking at it. It might just be the light. It might just be the differential between what shows up on a screen and what shows up on a shirt. Could be a mixture thereof. One or two, I think, may actually just be the printer itself and or the design going through that printer and the way it looks or something, or some ink or whatever wasn't entirely there or something. Not sure. Haven't made my final decision yet. Will make my final decision a little bit later, particularly when I see some of them out in the sun. As I reach into the bag. Oh, goodies. That I went online, dug through my emails to find the ones that I really wanted from a long time ago and found. Looks like this is the last one in the bag. Before I pull it out of the bag, I need for you to go to patreon.com/surreal469. Help keep the lights on at the party and the drinks flowing. Now, I am going to need a drink after saying this for one of two reasons. Either in celebration or in defeat, as Sir William Churchill will say. For the sake of the show. See, it's okay. For the sake of the show, I want to show you first. For the sake of me, I want to show me first. Because that seemed to be the pattern. Once I started showing you, they started to get a little wonky. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to show you or if I want to show myself. I don't know. Last one I showed together, and that may be the closest one so far. Superstitious reasons, I'm going to show myself first, just because. Okay. Same issue as before. Same issue as before. So, first off, let's show you the design. Just as the straight up design of it. Turtle Rhapsody. This is the straight up design of it. Okay. Now, let's show you what I'm seeing. And then let's also bring up what the design is supposed to look like. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be more solid than what I'm looking at. And this is why I don't judge it immediately. So, look here at Raph. So it focuses in here on Raph. So, the dots on the nose are supposed to be there according to that design. That's what shows up on the design. As well as up here with Leo, that one right there shows up there on the design. What I'm looking at though are the lines as it does its thing. Hold on, let me see if I can move this light a little bit so we can show it a little bit better. It's kind of easier to see it on the Raph. Yeah, so specifically on Raph. You see the differential in the line right there, right in the middle there? That's what I'm seeing. And it's the same place on Leo, right in the middle there. There's a difference in shade of green that's quite substantial. That doesn't look like it's a design. It looks like that's just how the print of it came out. Because it's right down the middle. As it was printing it right down the middle, it looks like there's an issue either with the ink or something. Yeah, and again, you're seeing, I'm getting those printer lines on the design. I like the design, right? For obvious reasons. it's a dope design. But again, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing the lines and I'm wondering why it looks so different than what I'm looking at here on my computer screen when it comes to that, because it's just straight. And it seems like it's a printer issue with the actual printing of the shirt. I'm gonna try it on, see what it looks like, come right back, but that's what I'm getting design-wise. Okay, so yeah, looking at the shirt, the way the layout looks on me looks great. The way that the shirt's designed, it fits pretty well. Again, I like the comfort, the feel of the shirt, very breathable. But again, I'm looking at it, and especially laid out like this, I'm seeing the lines are very pronounced on how the printing came out. It's very like one old school printers, how every picture used to print out. Oh, this time it's vertical. How this one came out, particularly down the middle, versus what I'm seeing here on the screen of the actual design of it. Yeah, the coloring of the turtles, they look slightly faded. It almost looks like it, I don't know if it was pre-washed or what. I can't call this one a hit. I'm reluctant to call it a miss, but this one feels like the biggest. It feels more egregious than the other ones, even to me. Maybe it's because I'm doing it right now and it's in real time, but also because it's just all one solid color, so it's kind of easier to see. And it's easier to see the lines and stuff like that. And again, I don't want to just kind of pass the buck and say, oh, that's just kind of how things are when you're printing shirts, because I have other shirts that aren't like this, that are well printed. You know, the Venom shirt that I had on at the start of the video. All solid. Watched that a dozen times or more. Just the times I've had it. I haven't worn it that much. So a couple of dozen, few dozen. Since I've had it. Still looks like the day I bought it. This one already kind of looks a little worn. And I don't know if that's the look that it's supposed to go for, you know? Yeah, especially looking here, it looks a lot better on the screen than I think it does here on my chest. And that pains me to say, because I like RIPT. And I like these designs. I really want these designs. But yeah. And there are a couple other designs that I want too, that I have kind of in queue for. I wanted to see what these look like, and then if I saw what these look like and I really like them, then yeah, great, we'll go on and do the rest of the orders. But I'm not sure about that now, because this looks very faded to me in the way this has turned out. I especially with this shirt, I think I may go ahead and hit RIPT Up and see what they have to say about the way the printer lays out, the way the screen works for how it's printed. I don't think it was ironed on. I think it was printed out. Like, I don't know if there's some giant printer that they use or something like that, but there's something that I'm not liking with these last few shirts that came out. The first few, fantastic. The last few, not so much. I'm not a fan of these, and it's disappointing. Honestly, it's disappointing, because I really like RIPT, and I really like some of these designs, but it's kind of disappointing. It's kind of disappointing that it kind of comes out like this. And again, maybe it just kind of comes out like that, but maybe not. Because again, like even here, Raph's hand, I don't know if you can see it, but this Raph's hand looks a little bit better than this Raph's hand. And again, I think it's the design, how they're trying to get the reflection with the printing and everything, but it's not as good as I thought it would be, and it's not as good as what I'm seeing on the screen. So yeah, I may be hitting RIPT Up tomorrow. As I'm taping this, I may be hitting RIPT Up tomorrow. Party people, tell me what you, wow, this is not cowabunga. It's not cowabunga at all. People, tell me what you think down there in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. I like the overall idea of getting this shirt. I don't know that I like what I ended up getting though. So like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think down there in the comment section. Patreon.com/0469 is the place you go to help keep the lights on at the party. I've got a podcast that drops on Thursdays if we're lucky. It's called How Do We Even Get Here? It's on Patreon's or Podbean. It does have a Patreon though, patreon.com/getherepod, but it's on Podbean, Spotify, and we got a YouTube channel. Search How Do We Even Get Here and you'll find it. Yeah, and in the meantime, the in-between time, party people, a slightly disappointed Michelangelo fueled cheers.